Hello everyone and welcome to today's class. My name is Nay and I will be your teacher for today's lesson on talking about crime. I'm from Johannesburg in South Africa and of course I'm working as a teacher, and in my free time I love watching sports and reading and also traveling to new and exciting places. Alright, before we begin with today's lesson, I would love to meet you. So please take a moment to introduce yourself to me and the rest of the class. Carrie Lam, would you like to begin?
Good afternoon. I am Carrie and I come from Guangzhou, China. Nice to see you this afternoon. In my spare time, I like watching movies, listening to music, and traveling. Thank you.
Excellent, lovely introduction. Thank you so much for that, Carrie. Sahar Salem, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone, please? Excellent. Thank you for that lovely introduction as well, Sahar. I certainly hope you will both enjoy today's lesson. Okay, without further ado, I'd like us to begin with today's lesson. It promised to be an interesting one indeed. Okay, let's begin. So we're going to name a crime that begins with the letter M. Okay, so please name a crime for me that begins with the letter M. Carrie?
Murder.
Murder, absolutely, murder. Sahar, can you think of another one? Murder, okay. There's murder as well. Remember, in some countries, they also call it manslaughter. This can depend, depending on the type of murder it is. So if it was a premeditated murder, if it was accidental, so it can also be called murder. Okay. We also have mugging. So when you rob somebody, that is also a crime, mugging. Okay. Let's look at the next letter. Welcome, Lana. I see that you've joined us. Welcome to the class. We are talking about crime, okay? And we just started, and the first activity said, please name an activity that starts with the letter M, and Carrie named the crime rather, murder, okay? The next one is A. Who can think of a crime that begins with the letter A? Carrie?
Assassinate.
Assassinate, okay, so an assassination. So this obviously is a crime that occurs to when you kill or murder a rather important person, a president or somebody of in that position. So assassinate, okay, that's a good one. Sahar, Lana, can you think of another one that begins with the letter A? Sahar? Okay, so arrest, okay, it is not a crime. It's something that is done to you after you've committed a crime, okay? But arrest, remember, we can also say abduction. Okay, so abduction, this is similar to kidnapping. It's another word for when you're kidnapped. So you abduct somebody, so that is also a crime. Let's look at the next letter. F. Who can think of a crime that begins with the letter F? Saha? Okay, so a crime would definitely be fraud. Remember, fighting is not always considered a crime. Okay, it's something that is done and it can get you into criminal trouble, but depending on, I guess, the level of fighting, it won't be considered a crime. But fraud is an excellent one. Thank you very much for that, Saha. Carrie, can you think of a crime that starts with the letter F? Okay, I'm also stuck as well. The only one that I could think of as well is fraud. So that's a good one. Thank you very much for that. Let's look at the next one. B. Who can think of a crime that begins with the letter B? Anybody? Okay. What about a burgle? Okay, burglary. So it's the same as robbing. It's just another word as well. We can say burglary as well is also a crime. Okay. It's a little bit of a challenging one, I know, but we can just use that one as an example, burglary. Alright, let's move on to the first task. Are there any crimes which are common in your country or in your city? Okay, so please tell the class about crimes that you feel are most common in your country or city. Who would like to go first? Saha? Thanks. And also fraud. Okay. Just one thing, okay? I know you did very well saying they steal the cars and money. Please just say stealing cars and money from banks, okay? From the banks. Okay. So just take note to say that instead, but that was good. Kerry, what about in your country? What are the most common crimes in your country or city?
Yeah. In my country, I think the most common crime is robbery. When people are walking in public places, for example, streets or crowded metro station, um, they are they are not they are unaware that somebody uh, somebody are, are are willing to uh, take their money and steal their wallet. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so robbery as well there. So say they are unaware of people roaming and willing to steal their wallets. Okay, so that's a good one. People need to be a bit more careful and be vigilant when they are walking about because people are stealing out there. Okay, when people walk in the street or in public places, stations. Okay, thank you very much for that. In South Africa, a big crime that is very common, it's too common, and we're really trying to fight it at the moment is child abuse and women abuse, and also rapes as well. Those are a bit too common, and many of those also go unreported as well, so it's a big problem in our country. Okay, let's look at the next question. Why do you think these crimes are so common? So for both of you, you did mention that it's basically stealing. So stealing people's wallets, stealing cars and money. Why do you guys think these are so common? Any thoughts? Saha? That's an interesting reason, Saha. They have no fear of the law. It's a very good reason as well, and also one that I think people don't think about too often. That these people have no fear of the law, and also they are poor people who need to steal, who feel they need to steal in order to survive. Okay, that's a very well done. Carrie, do you think there's some other reason why these crimes in particular are so common?
In my opinion, first of all, my city is a mixed culture city. That means um, many people they uh, they come to this city for work, and so the society is very complicated. Furthermore, the society's unemployment rate is increasing year by year. So some people are very depressed about the society and they cannot find any job. However, they need to survive. So they may think crime is the fast way to earn money. So these these reasons lead people to crime. Thank you.
Great reasons there as well. Thank you very much for that. So as well, I think that is a common one. Unemployment rate. People are depressed about life. They are doing what they can do to survive or what they think is the only thing they can do to survive. Excellent reasons as well. Thank you for that, Carrie. Lana, I have not heard from you today in class. Please remember, if you would like to speak in class, please raise your hand, okay? I would love to hear from you. So raise your hand at any point during the class if you want to respond or answer the questions, okay? Alright, let's look at the next task, which says, describe one of these crimes. Can other students guess? So describe the crime, describe what it is that they're actually doing when they're committing this crime. Who would like to begin with the first one? Mugging. Okay, so an example, when you're describing, use this phrase to start. This is when you, okay, so who can describe mugging for us using that phrase to start with? Okay, for example, let me get the definitions. Just let me know which words you need the definitions of, and I'll write this for you in the chat pod, okay? Saha? Okay, that is very good. Thank you very much for that, Saha. So Saha says, this is when you come up behind a person with a weapon to try and steal from them. Remember, when you're mugging, Saha, mugging does not always include killing somebody. It's usually just when you are stealing, okay? But that was well done, a good example there. Okay, let's look at the next one, pickpocketing. Carrie, would you like to do that one for us?
Pickpocketing is when a thief takes another person's money from his pocket when the person is under awareness.
Okay, absolutely. So this is when a person takes a person's wallet um, from their pocket without them being unaware of it. Excellent. Kidnapping. Who can do kidnapping for us? So how would you describe kidnapping to someone? Carrie?
Kidnapping is when a thief uh, catches a couple's son or daughters and then ask the couples for money. If the couple don't give the thief money, the thief will kill the uh the child. Thank you.
Well said. So kidnapping, of course, is when somebody takes a person's child, son or daughter, and demands money, threatening to kill them if they don't pay. Okay, just one thing I carry. Just remember your pronunciation of the word thief. Okay, you are pronouncing it as thief. Okay, thief. Remember, it's pronounced thief. Okay, I will give you a link later on of how to help you with this pronunciation. Okay. Alright, thank you very much for that. Saha, can you do drunk driving for us? Absolutely. So when a person is driving while they are drinking as well, and that is very well done. Carrie, would you like to do assault for us, please?
Is when a person attack another person with sharp weapons. For example, knife. Thank you.
Absolutely. So assault is when you're attacking somebody with a weapon as well and causing a physical injury to that other person, to the victim. Alright, and Saha, would you like to describe fraud for us, please? Okay, so that is very good as well when you are tricking or cheating somebody out of something. I just want to get a more precise definition for us there, okay? So just give me a moment while I look for that definition for you guys of fraud. It is often a challenge for people to accurately describe what fraud is. Although we all know what it is, it's difficult to describe it properly. Okay, so take a look in the chat pod. That is the dictionary definition of fraud. Wrongful or criminal deception, so you're cheating, you are lying, intended to result in financial or personal gain. So that was very good, Saha, when you want to steal money by cheating. Alright. Okay, let's look at the next task, okay? A person who commits a burglary is a burglar, and they burgle homes. Which other people and verbs do you know from these crimes? So let's begin with mugging, okay? So what would you call somebody who commits mugging, and what is it that they do? What is the verb form of the word mugging? Saha? Okay, so to mug, and what would you call a person that commits this crime? What would you call them? Absolutely, absolutely. So a person who commits this crime is a mugger, and the verb is to mug. So well done, Saha, on that one. Alright, Carrie, would you like to do assault for us? What would you call a person who commits this crime, and what is the verb form of the word?
Maybe we call the person who assaulter, and the verb form is uh, assassinate.
Okay, so just to take a look at the corrections here, okay, Carrie? The name of the person who commits this crime is an assailant, okay? And the verb form is to assault, okay? Don't confuse it with the definition of assassin, okay? I just want to get the definition of that one for you, assassin, okay? Assassin is, hold on, okay. So the definition of assassination: a murderer of an important person in a surprise attack, okay? So assassinate is a murder. Okay, so again, it's an important person of a murder. Just don't confuse the two, assault and assassin. Okay, just take a note of that one. Okay, let's look at the third one, drunk driving. Saha, would you like to do that one for us, please? Okay, let's see. So it's a drunk driver. A person who does this is a drunk driver. Okay, and what do? They are driving drunk. So that is to drive drunk. Okay. So I think it's a little bit challenging because of the two words there. So trying to put that into one is a little bit challenging. I see the difficulty there. But thank you very much for trying there. Okay. Pickpocketing. Carrie, can you do pickpocketing for us? What do you call a person who does this, and what is the verb form of the word?
Maybe pocket picker, and the verb form is to pick the pocket.
Okay. So a pickpocket. So the person who does this is a pickpocket, and the verb they to pickpocket. Okay. So remember, these ones are using the infinitive to. Okay. So just take note of that. Saha, kidnapping. Can you help us with that one? Kidnapping? Okay, not a problem. That is no problem at all. We're all going to learn together. Let's see what the word is for somebody who does this. So that person is called a kidnapper. Okay? And the verb to kidnap. Okay. Right. And Carrie, can you do the last one for us? Fraud.
The noun is founder, and the verb is to found.
Okay. So it's a fraudster. Okay. It's a fraudster. And to defraud. Okay, it is difficult to guess. You are very correct, Saha. It is a bit difficult to guess, because as you can see, when we're looking at the verbs, they are using the infinitive form, as I said. So that does help us a bit. So just remember that when you are using the verb form, remember the infinitive. But of course, getting the correct ones for what you call these people, that's a bit of a challenge. That is very true indeed. Okay. let's see if we can rank the crimes in order of their seriousness. So which one do you think is the least serious? And we'll do that right up to the most serious. What do you guys think? I'll write those down and then we'll see if we got those, if we agree in the order of seriousness. Who would like to volunteer the first one and the second one? So which of these do you think is the least serious, and which one do you think is the most serious? Think of it this way as well. Which one would cause the least physical harm to the victim of the crime? Perhaps that can help you. So think of the one that would cause the least in terms of physical harm as well. We can also take that into consideration when we are doing this, okay? Let's see if we can do the first one. Perhaps that can help us. Okay, so this one person's an idea to say, I think assault is the most serious. So also give us a reason as to why you think it is the least serious or the most serious. Okay? Carrie, what do you think?
I think mugging is the most serious uh, because it is usually uh, related to killing and also somebody hurts
Mm-hmm.
from these cases. Maybe mugging, it belongs to criminal case.
Okay,
And
so
I
you...
think
Mm-hmm.
drunk driving is the word is uh, the the least serious
Mm-hmm.
mm, because it's very common for driver mm, and usually the drunk driver uh usually receive some penalty for solving the cases. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. So drunk driving you think is the least serious, and you think mugging is the most serious. Just remember one thing, Carrie. If you are using the comparative, the superlative, which is seriousness, okay? Remember, and also that word there, most, you don't want to use both of them together, okay? So you don't want to say, I think mugging is the most seriousness, okay? Because that is a double superlative, okay? So you want to say instead, I think mugging is the most serious. Alright. Alright? But I think you did very well in describing or talking about the drunk driving as the least serious. Okay? Saha, do you agree with Carrie, with her views, or do you disagree? Okay, so that's there you are thinking about, of course, the physical harm or danger that can be caused by this crime. Okay, so in my opinion, I think pickpocketing is the least serious of these because, of course, the person is just taking the wallet out of a person's pocket and going off. No physical injury would occur there, okay? So in most cases, no physical injury. And then I think the most serious as well would perhaps be assault. So I think it's a tie between kidnapping, assault, and drunk driving because all of those can cause serious harm and injury to people there. So kidnapping, that would be a lot of emotional trauma, and obviously it can end up in the person being killed. So that's very serious. Assault, also the person will be very injured. So that's also quite serious. And of course, drunk driving, as you said, Saha, um, can also result in loss of life. Just remember again, I think this also depends on the country that you're living in as well. So in some cases, drunk driving, perhaps like Harry, drunk driving, people will get penalties, and so they become aware of that. But in other countries, it's difficult to control and therefore becomes more serious. Okay, alright, let's look at the next one. Let's look at the next one. It says, what about the crimes you mentioned at the beginning of the class? Where do they fit? So that was murder, assassination, abduction, fraud we've already mentioned. Okay, let's look at the assassinate. Where do you think that falls under? Is it very serious or not very serious? Which one do you think is the most serious? Assassination or Sahar, for you, do you think assassination or drunk driving is most serious? And Kerry, do you think assassination or drunk driving is the most serious?
As far as I'm concerned, assassinate is more serious than others we mentioned before, because assassinate is one person he kills another person for purpose, um, n- not on occasion. So this person needs to be responsible for his behavior, and he should be uh, set into jail. That's all. Thank you.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100% there. I definitely think assassination or assassinate is the most serious of them because there is a definite loss of life, okay, and the person must be held responsible and accountable for their actions. Okay, let's look at the final task, okay? Your classmate is going to visit your country. Give them some advice about how to stay safe while they are traveling, okay? And then just have a conversation. Ask each other about what works in your country, how to stay safe, what to be aware of. Let's just have a discussion there, okay? Carrie, would you like to begin? Um, Telling Sahar about visiting your country, what to be aware of, and Sahar, you can of course at the end tell Carrie about what to be aware of when she comes and visits your country. Okay? Carrie, you can begin, okay?
Okay. Okay. Um. mm, if you have a chance to visit my city, Guangzhou, you make when you walk in the street or other public places, uh, mind your pocket, because in my city, pickpocketing is very common. So watch out for your pocket in case others make take your money.
And in your country, Sahar? Okay. Carrie, do you have any questions for Sahar? Sahar, do you have any questions for Carrie about, crime in their country, anything you'd want to know or find out? For example, when you come to South Africa, a lot of people know that South Africa has a very serious crime problem. So advice to tourists and also people that live in the country, we know don't walk alone at night. Okay, so whether you are a man or a woman, don't walk alone at night because people can definitely rob you or attack you. If you're a woman, possibly get raped. They also tell people don't go to dangerous areas by yourself at any time of the day because in those areas they are very dangerous, and if you get attacked or assaulted there, it'll be difficult to find help. Okay, so that's just some things that if somebody's coming to visit your country, what to tell them, what to be careful of, what crimes to take note of. Okay, so just remember those ones. Okay, alright. Let's take a look at the final slide. Okay, so today we did discuss various crimes, and we also right now at the end gave advice about visiting our countries, being careful of kidnapping for Sahar in her country, and also pickpocketing in Carrie's country. Okay. Before you go, please tell the class, have you ever witnessed a crime being committed? What happened? And also, what do you think, which crimes will be more common in the future? Carrie, what do you think? Okay, I'm witnessing a crime. Okay, so Carrie's experiencing some technical problems. There's very slow connection. I apologize about that, Carrie. We were having such a lovely discussion about this. Okay, Sahar, could you share with the class so long? Which crimes do you think will be more common? And have you ever witnessed a crime? Okay, why do you think that will become more common? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that one. Why do you think that one in particular will become more common? Okay, so that's quite well said. So again, there's that element of not fearing the law or fearing the punishment. And just one thing, I do think that when people don't fear the law, there's also that element of they're not fearing that they will be adequately punished for the crimes that they commit. So perhaps they're thinking, even if I steal a car, I'll go to jail for a short period of time, or my punishment won't be so serious. So they're not scared of that. So I think that's very important. We need to make sure that the punishment fits the crime that is committed. Alright, so Carrie seems to have left the class. I think she was having a bit of a technical problem there again. Thank you so much for joining us, Lana, and also thank you, Sahar, for joining the class and also participating, okay? Just one thing, take a look at the note part. You did not make too many mistakes, so please just take a look at the corrections that I did make for you, okay? So the preposition error there when you said, I will be careful when I walk on the streets, okay? You want to say I'll be careful when I walk in the streets, okay? And also stealing the cars and money from banks. Just be careful of when to use the definite article there, okay? But otherwise, you did an excellent job. It was lovely having you in class. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to release the slides as well. So I have just released those for you. I think you did very well today, Sahar, so don't worry. I know you found it a little bit difficult when you had to guess the name of the person committing the crime and also the verb. But I think you did well. It's always very good to try. That way you learn, and that is how you improve. Okay, but I think you did very well nonetheless. You did express yourself very well, so be proud of yourself for that one. Alright, one more thing before you go, Sahar. Please remember to rate my teaching. Alana, I'd appreciate a rating from you as well. It's very, very important that I get an excellent rating from you, okay? So please give me an excellent rating on teacher quality and on overall impression of the lesson. Okay, it's very important that you give me an excellent rating there. Alright, thank you so very much once again. It's been fabulous. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, Sahar. Bye, Lana.